Let's start this rivalry in France that barely gets mentioned, but it's one of the most emotional, historical, and fiercely contested rivalries in Europe. This is Lille versus Lens, the Derby du Nord. A clash built on pride, identity, and two cities that couldn't be more different. To understand this rivalry, you have to understand the region. Lille, a big, modern, wealthy city. Lens, a smaller, working-class town built on coal mining. They're only 40 kilometers apart, but culturally, they feel like two different worlds. For Lens, football isn't just a sport, it's identity. For Lille, it's pride and ambition. And when these two meet, the entire north of France feels it. The rivalry began almost a century ago. Lille was seen as the polished, successful club. Lens saw the club of the miners. Tough, loyal, and fiercely united. When the mines closed in the 1980s, Lens didn't lose their identity. If anything, the club became even more important. It became the heartbeat of a community fighting to stay alive. And every match against Lille felt like a battle for respect. If you've never watched a Derby du Nord, you're missing one of the most underrated atmospheres in Europe. Lens fans are famous for their passion. The ball feels like it's shaking. Lille fans bring their own fire, colour, and noise. Two sets of supporters, two identities, one region. And for 90 minutes, it feels like the whole world shrinks down to northern France. On the pitch, this derby is chaos in the best way. Fast, physical, emotional. Doesn't matter who's higher in the table. Doesn't matter who's in better form. When Lille and Lens meet, everything resets. It's about pride and neither side wants to give an inch. In recent years, the rivalry has exploded again. Lens' return to Ligue 1 reignited the fire. Lille's shock title win in 2021 added even more fuel. Both clubs are competitive. Both clubs have passionate fan bases, and both believe they represent the true identity of the North. The Derby du Nord has delivered some absolutely wild moments. Matches where the tension was so thick you could feel it through the screen. Late winners that sent entire stadiums into chaos.
Bio made sure they paid the price.
Red cards that flipped the game on its head. And derbies where the atmosphere was so intense it felt like every tackle mattered more than the last. One moment can change everything in this rivalry, and that unpredictability is exactly what makes Lille versus Lens so addicted to watch. What makes this derby special isn't fame or global attention, it's the emotion behind it. Lille versus Lens is a rivalry built on identity, two communities, two histories, and two sets of fans who care deeply about their clubs. It's raw, it's local, and it's real. In a football world that's becoming more commercial every year, the Derby du Nord still feels authentic. It's a reminder of what football is supposed to be: passion, pride, and a connection to the place you come from. And that wraps up the story of the Derby du Nord. Thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what rivalry or football story you want next. I'll see you in the next one.